Have you ever gotten your picture taken with anybody?
I've actually got my picture taken with well, I have two celebrity pictures or two photo op pictures. One is a celebrity and the other was Stan Lee.
Shots fired.
Okay, but the, um, the Stan Lee photo, somebody paid for a photo op for Stan Lee, and they're like, "Oh, we can have up to 4 people in the photo. Do you wanna get in on this?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?" Um, and I was trying to hatch a plan for us to have the last Stan Lee photo op. What's going on, everyone? I am Phil along here with Joe.
Hey, Phil, what's up?
I am going to AwesomeCon this weekend. AwesomeCon
Yay.
is in Washington, DC. If you are there, you can come out. I wish I had my table number, but I'm in an artist alley, so I'm gonna like edit it in over here, I think, or here, maybe if I see it. Anyway, so I feel like the celebrity lists at AwesomeCon are usually pretty good.
They put together good lists usually. Yeah, I'm always excited to see who they bring out.
Yeah. So you know who is going to be there?
Please tell me.
Paul Giamatti.
That feels like a new one for the con circuit. Like, he certainly could have been doing cons in the past. He's, of course, the Rhino. And
Yeah,
of course is in, I mean, that's very con specific, but like, he's great. Everyone loves Paul Giamatti. So he could have showed up for any reason, but I feel like he's on Trek now, right?
yeah. I think he's on this new Star Trek show.
And they're like, welcome to the Trek universe. Here's a list of shows. And he's like, shows for what? The shows where they'll pay you money to just be there and take pictures. And he's like, all right. So he's going to be part of our con life forever now. Thanks in large part to the Trek world, which is great.
Yeah. Also, I think the person that you thought I was going to say, Carl Gugino, is going to be there as
Carla
well.
Gugino. She's been doing the con circuit forever too. Yeah, I love Carla. When I saw she was at AwesomeCon this year, I was like, oh, Carla Gugino. What do you like? I love her. I love her in everything she does. But what do you go get signed by? Like, what am I gonna get? She's not the star of a movie where it's like, hey, can you sign this poster? She's just in a bunch of cool movies, but nothing like, I don't know. I think I'm a bigger Carla Gugino fan than I am of a fan of Carla Gugino's movies. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what, if anything, I would get signed. Um, but
A season 1 DVD set of Spin City.
vintage, you mean?
Yeah. So old DVD players won't even recognize it anymore.
Um, so like we've been doing cons for a while, and like I feel like like when we first started doing cons, I don't know if you remember this, Joe, and it
Please.
might not even be like the cons that we exhibited as Digital Pimp, but like cons that we attended. But the level of celebrity that used to be there. Um, do you remember one of the Wizard World Chicago's? There was Mike TV from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
That does sound familiar. And it's strange to see him as an adult. Like,
Yeah,
same
and
face
old.
on an old man's body.
Yeah, but I feel like that was the kind of level of celebrity that you usually got at cons back
Sure.
then.
I mean, it's
Uh,
worth mentioning, there'd be tons of like wrestlers, like Virgil Wrestling Superstar, Rest in Power, would do all these shows, and we would see him every time, and we would never say anything to him. We would just be like, hey, there he is. Love him. Love it. Like, good to see you. We would whisper it so he couldn't hear us, but like, good to see you. But because we don't know how to talk to people, so but it's always good to see him.
but yeah, now we get people like Paul Giamatti, Carl Gugino. If you look at the list of celebrities at AwesomeCon, I'm sure there's somebody else that I'm forgetting. Many other. Oh, I think Parker Posey's going to be there.
Amazing. Yeah. I think is she in the Trek world? I don't know. But she could be, and it wouldn't be weird at all. But yeah, they're always doing great. I remember last year looking at the list, I was like, Rosario Dawson's going to be there. I was like, oh, cool. And then I was like, oh, Rachel Lee Cook's going to be there. What's she doing there? And then I was like, wait a minute. Tara Reid's going to be there. Josie and the Pussycats in Toto are going to be there.
Oh yeah,
um, and you start to do the math because Awesome Con is really good about like booking like meet and greets or like they do the group pictures or
Yeah.
you can get your picture taken with one of the pussycats or all of the pussycats. uh, and they're good about like doing that ahead of time. So you start doing math like how much am I willing to pay to do this? And the answer for me is none. Partially because I don't like pictures of myself. But it would be cool. Like in my mind, it'd be cool to walk by and be like, hey, there's that person. And then walk away. To be like a really smooth stalker. Just like I don't need anything from them. I just But yeah, people get their pictures taken and you start to see how much it'll cost to get your picture taken with everybody. It's kind of fun. Would have you ever gotten your picture taken with anybody?
I've actually got my picture taken with well, I have 2 celebrity pictures or 2 photo op pictures. One is a celebrity and the other was Stan Lee.
Shots fired.
Okay, so I'll get to the celebrity in a bit, but the Stan Lee photo, somebody like this was I think Boston Comic Con, like at more than a decade ago, I think at this point now. Um, but they had paid for a photo op for Stan Lee, and they're like, "Oh, we can have up to 4 people in the photo. Do you wanna get in on this?" They're like, "Sure, why not?" Um, and I was trying to hatch a plan for us to have the last Stan Lee photo op.
Oh, what goes into this plan? How do you do that? Lots of
Well,
cutsies? Lots of
no, 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 no. You kill him. The last one ever.
Oh. 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 All follow-up questions withdrawn. Wait, how? Okay, please continue your story.
So my plan was we would scare him to death. We just like surprise him at the
Jesus.
moment of the photo.
What's the best way to scare a legend of the biz?
I mean, like our my plan was like loud noises,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a loud surprise noise, and ha.
Just Excelsior as loud as you can. Just boom. What about this approach? You lean in real close, but just as the picture's being taken, you said, I know what you did. I got the pictures. And then he's
I don't have the photo, and I actually don't know like uh where like the electronic copy of this photo is. But if you look at the photo, um, half the people are just standing and smiling, and the other half are like, ha.
wow.
It's a very weird photo.
Terrific. And yeah, I think you've told me before that like it was very assembly line with Stan Lee. Like you don't get to speak to him really. You just kind of stand next to him. He's sitting on a stool or whatever. And
Yeah.
then snap, snap, off you go.
He could have been a wax statue of Stanley for all I know, because he did not move an inch.
Wow. I mean, good for him. Like getting paid the whole time. So good for
Yeah.
him. I
Uh,
remember getting pictures with celebrities a lot more before we started showing at cons. So I feel like right before we started showing at cons in 2003, something like that. And I feel like maybe the year before that, I got two significant ones that kind of stick with me. One was in New York City. We went to it was like, I want to say it was like a card show across the street from Madison Square Garden in I think the Pennsylvania Hotel. I think it's
yeah.
called. It was primarily a card show, but they had comics and they had celebrity guests. And there was a few people who were like, well, let's just go. Like, what are we doing? Like, let's just go. But we knew this one person was going to be there, and it was David Carradine, who, I mean, Kung Fu, The Legend Continues. He was not really like that was my main David Carradine thing. I was not a huge fan until Kill Bill came out, Kill Bill 2. So this would have been after Kill Bill 2. Or maybe it was before it came out because I got him to sign the the poster for the first one.
He's in that, right? He's in the first one.
Yeah, I think at least his voice is. But I remember being like, I mean, when he was casting Kill Bill, it was like, really, this is what we're going with. But I'm sure everybody was the same way when uh, Travolta was cast in Pulp Fiction. So whatever. But I was like, "Yeah, I'll get this signed. Why not? That'd be fun." And he wrote Tarantino rules on it. I was like, "Yeah, he didn't even need to do all that." He signed it. It was cool, but it was kind of cool to have that. I wonder where it is now. It's probably rolled up in my basement somewhere.
Yeah. I do remember getting something signed by David Carradine as well. I think it bought like an 8 by 10 glossy and then had him sign it.
It was very much the moment, like his moment. Like he was like it was a big deal that he was there and that it was easy to get a picture with him. But and then of course he died a couple of years later.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, and you can look up how on your own time
ugh,
because we're not gonna tell you.
ugh, ugh,
Give me a little bit like that.
I mean, I feel bad. His brother just passed too. The guy from Revenge of the Nerds. Uh,
Really?
yeah, I even know that they were brothers. And then of course they have another brother who's fantastic too, the Keith Carradine from like Deadwood, and I mean he did like Dexter and stuff. Super talented guys. Sad to see them pass away.
So, I was gonna say the other photo op that I had, the celebrity photo op I had, was from I don't know how to pronounce her last name properly, or at least Melissa Benoist,
Okay.
from Supergirl.
Okay.
I don't know how French you wanna pronounce that.
Yeah, how much French stank you want to put on it? Benoit.
So, um, she was at C2E2, one year, and I will be at C2E2 later on this month if you are there in Chicago. Um, and I think this is the only con I ever saw her at, but I had an idea I had an idea of what my photo op was gonna be. Um, so I paid for one. I think it was only $60, which is pretty good, I think.
Yeah, it seems like does that include the glossy picture or whatever you want to sign?
So it includes the glossy, but the JPEG I think is extra.
Wow.
So, like, I'm in line and, like, the line's moving forward, and I'm trying to gauge, like, how much time I have with her to see, like, to tell her what I want to do for our photo op. And it's not that long, so I'm trying to figure out, like, how I'm gonna say it. So I finally get up to her, and she says, "Hi," I say, "Hi." I was like, "I wanna pretend like we're flying." And she's like, "Flying?" I was like, "Yes, flying." I was like, "You fly that way, I fly that way," and bam, picture, like, over in, like, a second, and it was perfect. Like,
Just a lot, just like wee that sort of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing. I love
If
that.
I have the JPEG, I'll pop it up.
If I had
Um,
paid extra for the JPEG, I'd have it right here, right now. That's fantastic, and I think it's a good representation of, like, when you go to these shows, a lot of these celebrities are down to be silly, to have fun, because for the most part, they're just standing around and having their picture taken, and they don't know who they're gonna meet and, like, what each interaction is gonna be like, so if someone's, like, willing to be silly but respectful, most of them are willing to go along with it. I mean, just Google pictures of, like, Jason Momoa fan appearance, like, I mean, I'm just coming to mind, like, there are Sebastian Stan and Chris Evans group photos where they are having the time of their lives, just doing silly stuff. But yeah, so there's tons of that stuff out there, and it's so cool, so refreshing.
so, like, the one story that sticks out in my mind, this is not my story. I think I read it on Reddit one time. Uh, Carlo Esposito or Esposito, depending on how you pronounce it, um, is, Gus Fring on Breaking Bad and all that, Better Call Saul. So this woman was getting a photo op with him, and she's like, "I haven't been at it. Can you pretend this is a gun?" And he's like, "It is a gun," and, like, holds her hostage in the photo op, and she's like, "You're a good actor."
Amazing. He's like, "This gun you mean? That's amazing." I love
Yeah,
that. See, that's the perfect example of, like, how they're just willing to have a good time, um, and the fact that they're willing to meet fans and just, like, have a moment is fantastic.
yeah. So what was your other, celebrity encounter?
The more I think about it, there are tons more, but the other big one for my memory bank is this would have been the summer that Veronica Mars season 3 came out, or the summer after, because I think there was a bus ad at the Steinway station in Queens, New York, where I lived, and they left up the Veronica Mars poster for a long time, and I was like, "That's a cool poster." It's not a cool poster. It's her head. It says CW. It's just like an CW ad with Veronica Mars's head. Or I think she's going like, um, so it's cool, but it's not anything special. So I'd walk past this poster every day, and I'd be like, "That's a cool poster." One day I started to like test the edges. It's like, you know, I'm a young man. I can rip down a poster if I want to, and it would peel a little, but then I'd feel guilty, or there'd be somebody around, and I would just leave. But no one else was taking it. So one day I did the whole thing. I just ripped it down, rolled it up, and left. And then it turns out that she was doing Wizard World Chicago that year. She was a guest. I think this was the maybe the first and only time that I, besides David Carradine, that I paid for an autograph. I don't typically pay for that. That's not true because we have a Star Wars story coming up, but this might have been the last time I paid for an autograph. Anyway, waited in line, got to meet her, which was cool. And she's like, "What would you like to get signed?" And I take out this. It was huge. It's like it's I don't even know how to describe how big it is, but I had to pull it out and unroll it. And she's like, "Did you rip this off the side of a bus?" And total LA response. I was like, "No, no, 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 no. Subway." She said, "You ripped this off the side of a subway?" I'm like, "No, no, 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 no." This is just hanging on the wall. Um, and I think I said to her, like, I made sure to tell her, like, I wasn't stealing promotion from the show. I said, this was after it had already aired. So, like, I was, like, making it harder for people to know that the show was out there. But she signed it, and it was awesome. It was a nice little moment. And I was a huge Veronica Mars fan, as, our friend group was. So, um, it was a thrill. And I love it. It's hanging in my basement still.
Nice.
Yeah,
I was also at that signing, and the thing I remember most about it is so, like, they gave us, like, little cards to fill out, like, how we wanted her to sign it,
for sure.
whatever we had, so I put to eBay and then crossed it out and put my name,
That's funny.
and and I handed it to her, and she's like, "Oh, do you want me to do this for real?" I was like, "Sure." So, like, so she signed, like, I think a poster that I got from San Diego Comic Con, it was, like, kind of like a noirish poster, and it says to eBay, crossed off Phil, and then Kristen Bell.
Amazing. So fun. And that was like, I think, was it canceled at that point? I'm not even sure. Veronica Mars.
I don't
It did come
remember.
back for more in a movie.
Yeah,
Such a good show.
yeah.
Do we want to talk about the Star Wars moment?
I don't know, man. I I still have, like, I don't know,
Trauma.
feelings about that. This was
Real trauma.
this was, like, was a 99, 9 it must have been, like, 99, 2000.
Yeah, one of those two, because episode one was out. Episode two was not out.
Yeah,
So this was a real moment for Star Wars. And we went to Wizard World Chicago that year, and they stacked the deck.
yeah.
They
Well,
had
I think it was actually Wizard World Philly, 'cause
was it?
I wanna say it was Philly, but
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but one of the Wizard Worlds.
One of the Wizard Worlds, and they brought in everyone they could. Like, obviously, they couldn't get, like, Ewan McGregor or Natalie Portman. They weren't doing those shows. But they did get Peter Mayhew, who plays Chewbacca. They got Anthony Daniels, who plays C-3PO. They got Kenny Baker, who played R2-D2, and they got Ray Park, who played Darth Maul. So it's all your supporting cast, basically. It's, real all these heavy hitters. They were all charging for signatures, which I remember being kind of a bummer. Because it's like, how much do you pay to get this? Like, I paid $20 for the poster, and I got to pay $20 to this guy and this guy and this guy. But it's about the experience. It's about the memory. I mean, we all had Star Wars fever, whatever. So I was happy to do it. I paid to get all those people to sign it. And I have an episode one poster signed by all those people. And then it's fantastic. I love it. You, though, went in with a different approach.
Yeah. Well, actually, for those of you who did not live through this, for those of you who are younger than, I don't know, like 40 now, I guess? It's I guess, like 30-ish, you might remember this, but Pepsi had a promotion for Star Wars Episode 1, and each of the bottles in cans had different, like, characters on them. Um, so, like, Diet Pepsi, Mountain Dew had Darth Maul on it, so I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get this bottle signed by Ray Park. I'm gonna, like, fill it with sand and whatever, and just it'll be a display piece." And get up there, and I was like, "Oh, could you sign this, um, beware the dark side and do the do?" And he said, "I'm just signing my name." Yeah.
Ridiculous. I remember I was right next to you. So I looked back at him like, for real? But he said it so calmly and so politely, but so quietly too, just kind of like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Uh, so it was kind of hard to be too mad at him, but bro, you didn't yell or anything, but you were disappointed.
I was very disappointed 'cause I'd waited in that line, I paid for him to sign the thing, and, like, I just, one little display piece. I don't even know where that bottle is anymore. I
Yeah.
don't think it's in the trash, but it's definitely not a display piece anymore.
You like crunched it too right in front of him. You're like, I
I
flung it
threw
against
it
the
in the
wall.
recycling.
Such a disappointing bummer, but such a good memory for us anyway.
Yeah.
No trauma here.
So I have one last celebrity encounter. This isn't with the photo ops or anything like that, or like signings. And I don't remember if I mentioned this in our Superman video because I was going to mention it in our Superman video, so where we rank all the Superman movies. Um, but if I did mention it, you're gonna hear it again because I'm gonna say it again.
Great.
Um, so at San Diego Comic Con, there's a bunch of celebrities there because it is near LA, so you can see celebrities, coming and going, whatever. And I'm at our booth, and I see a guy walk up to, like, our side table, and he's looking at our T-shirts, and I realize he is somebody important because he's got a bunch of bodyguards with him, like, big
Crazy.
bro dudes. And I look at him, and I realize, "Oh, wait, that's Zack Snyder."
So weird. Do you remember what he was looking at?
I mean, I know he's looking at the shirts, um, but I don't know what specific shirt he was looking at, but he decided not to buy it. Uh, he just kinda, like, maybe lost interest and moved on. And in my mind, my headcanon is the shirts weren't violent enough.
Yeah, we have cute animals holding weapons, but they're not doing anything with the weapons.
Yeah, it's just there's no blood, there's no gore, there's no severed heads.
There was once. We
But yeah,
did
there was that one.
we did we did the turtle versus bunny race, and when there was a victor, we had the one victor holding a sword covered in blood and the other's head, Highlander style, gaining all his power. He would have bought that for sure.
He might have bought that, yeah. I mean, I think we did was it even 2 colors? Was there
It
actual blood on
was.
that?
Gotta get some red on there, yeah. Is there anyone you're excited to see at AwesomeCon or upcoming C2E2?
I honestly don't know who's gonna be at C2E2. I like, for the most part, I'm at the table or the booth or whatever, so I don't necessarily get to see them. Like, sometimes, um I will see them, like, in passing, like, they go to the bathroom or whatever,
Sure.
but
That's always fun.
do you remember we had a celebrity encounter at C2E2 one year in the
Is
morning?
this, was this Hobbit related?
Yes, it was.
I th Have we told this story before? Because or maybe we've just told it to each other so many times. But
I
for
don't think
anyone who
we've
hasn't heard
repeated.
it, here it comes. Please tell.
Yeah. So it was I forget which morning, Saturday morning, Sunday morning, whatever. We're just, like, kinda, like, hanging out in front of the booth, like, we just waiting for the thing to open, and then in walks Sean Astin, walking by us, and he's like, "Morning, guys," and just keeps on walking.
Yeah. And we're all like, we're not anybody. I thought it was very strange, but he's, I mean, he has his reputation for being a super friendly guy. And it's not like we didn't say good morning back or anything. Uh, but good for him for being that friendly when he
And that
doesn't have
early.
to be. Yeah. Yeah. Punctual. He was there well before first breakfast.
Do you have any other celebrity encounters you wanna mention?
None that spring to mind right away, other than when we were really young and we were all about getting like comics signed. I mean, I could think of a bunch of those actually, but like one of the first ones is like I went to go get a stack of books, not maybe 3 or 4 books signed by John Romita Jr., and there was something about the lighting where he's like, "You look like the devil." And I was like, "Excuse me?" And apparently I was very backlit. So, like, all he couldn't see my facial features, and my hair was doing, like, a weird thing. Um, and I was maybe the 3rd or 4th person he'd seen that day. So, it was probably a new situation where he's like, "Maybe I shouldn't stare directly into this light." But he's like but still, for comic book legend John Romita Jr. to look at me and say, "You look like the devil." I was like, "Great. Good luck drawing Daredevil."
I actually do have a bunch of other, like, celebrity encounters at San Diego Comic Con just 'cause it's much more, you know, likely
They're
to
everywhere,
run this
yeah.
month.
Yeah.
Maybe I will save that for another video, maybe when San Diego rolls around. If you guys wanna hear that, let us know in the comments below. Um, but, uh, so what do you guys think of, celebrities at Comic Cons? What was your favorite celebrity encounter, or have you had a favorite celebrity encounter? What's the most you've ever paid for a photo op?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Drop us a comment, let us know.
Yeah.
And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, become a subscriber, and hit that like button, and we'll catch you all on the next one.